there's this blind item that is going around saying that Sydney Sweeney was like flirting with Tom Holland on set.
I often think that, had I not decided to start playing golf or not met Zendaya, I'd be a mess. I'd be an absolute mess. So I'm very grateful for those three.
There was a blind item, the kind that begins as a whisper and spreads like smoke through Hollywood's corridors, suggesting that Sydney Sweeney had been flirting with Tom Holland during visits to the Euphoria set. At first, it sounded harmless, casual, almost forgettable. But in Hollywood, nothing stays small for long. Tom once admitted in an interview, half joking but fully sincere, that without certain stabilizing forces in his life, without golf, without grounding routines, without Zendaya, he would be a mess. An absolute mess, he said. He credited her openly, publicly, repeatedly. That kind of devotion isn't casual language, it's foundation-level attachment. And that's why this rumor didn't just float away. It involved 3 stars, 1 set, and a story that hit like a lightning strike. The blind item began quietly, a soft murmur circulating among industry insiders, a suggestion that during Tom's visits to the Euphoria set, Sydney Sweeney seemed just a little too comfortable around him. Lingering conversations, inside jokes, frequent interactions, nothing overt, nothing scandalous. But enough to be noticed, because this wasn't just any dynamic. This involved Zendaya, Tom's fiancée, his longtime partner, the woman he calls his favorite person in the world. And according to multiple reports, she didn't ignore what she was seeing. She confronted it. That's when the internet detonated. Old social media activity resurfaced. Screenshots from 2021 began circulating. Alleged receipts were examined frame by frame. Fans dissected set visit timelines, press tour body language, who stood next to whom, who laughed too long, who looked away first. And in the middle of it all, one question dominated the conversation. How did Tom Holland react when Zendaya allegedly drew a line? Because if this had only been gossip, it would have faded by now. The fact that it didn't, that's what made this different. Tom visiting the Euphoria set wasn't unusual. He has always been visibly supportive of Zendaya's projects. He's visited her sets before. He's spoken openly about how proud he is of her work. So when he appeared during Season 3 production, no one blinked. At first, everything looked normal. Tom chatting with crew members, laughing with cast, moving through the space with his signature warmth. He has a reputation in Hollywood for being approachable and easygoing, the kind of presence that makes people feel instantly comfortable. But according to reports, something subtly shifted. His conversations with Sydney Sweeney became more noticeable. Not dramatic, not inappropriate. Just frequent, extended, comfortable. Inside jokes that lingered. Exchanges that seemed slightly more engaged than casual. And when you're engaged to one of the most recognizable actresses in the world, even harmless behavior can begin to feel complicated, especially when it involves a co-star your fiancé has never been particularly close with. That's where tension allegedly began. Then the internet did what it always does. It started digging. An old social media interaction from 2021 suddenly resurfaced, an alleged like from Sydney's account on a tweet calling Tom so fine. On its own, not explosive, celebrities get complimented daily. But context changes everything. In 2021, Tom and Zendaya were reportedly dating privately. Not yet public, not officially confirmed, but insiders likely knew, co-stars likely knew. So fans began asking uncomfortable questions. Why publicly engage with that kind of post when your co-star is rumored to be involved with him? Was it harmless appreciation? Or did it look different once the relationship became official? Once that screenshot began circulating, perception started doing the heavy lifting. What began as friendly on-set chatter suddenly became part of a larger narrative. Fair or unfair, patterns began forming in the public imagination. Here's where the story takes a sharper turn. According to multiple reports, Zendaya did not allow whispers to build behind her back. She didn't post cryptic messages. She didn't subtweet. She didn't perform her discomfort for the public. She allegedly handled it directly. Privately, calmly. Sources claim she firmly asked Sydney to keep her distance from Tom during filming. Not a screaming match, not a dramatic confrontation, no spectacle, no raised voices. Just a boundary drawn with quiet clarity. And that detail matters. Zendaya has built a career on composure, discipline, and professionalism. She rarely reacts emotionally in public. So if she felt uncomfortable enough to intervene, fans believe there must have been something, even subtle, that crossed a line for her. Drawing boundaries early prevents bigger fractures later. Especially when a global press tour looms ahead, when cameras are everywhere, and even the smallest tension can be magnified into a headline. After that alleged conversation, insiders claim the dynamic between the two actresses shifted. Tea interviews, limited red carpet proximity, a coolness that wasn't explosive, just noticeable enough. Not dramatic, just different. And in Hollywood, different is enough to fuel weeks of speculation. Now here's the defining factor. Rumors are one thing. Reactions are everything. According to insiders, Tom did not dismiss Zendaya's concerns. He didn't laugh it off. He didn't minimize her feelings. He reassured her. Immediately. And that aligns with everything he has publicly said about her. He credits her for grounding him, for stabilizing him, for helping him navigate fame. In interviews, he has made it clear she matters. So when reports suggest she felt uncomfortable, fans believe he would have taken that seriously. Instead of creating a crack in their relationship, some sources suggest the moment strengthened it. Because when boundaries were drawn, he chose alignment over ego, loyalty over pride. In a situation that could have spiraled publicly, his response appears to have been commitment. But while that may have settled things privately, it did not calm the internet. Sydney Sweeney has faced intense co-star rumor cycles before. During filming For Anyone But You, speculation around her and Glenn Powell exploded. Viral chemistry interviews, paparazzi photos, headlines dominated for months, despite both parties denying anything inappropriate. So when her name entered the Tom equation, it wasn't treated as isolated. It was framed as a pattern. Fair or not, history shaped perception. And then came the Cassie factor. Sydney's Euphoria character is known for messy romantic entanglements, for pursuing someone emotionally unavailable. Fans drew parallels instantly. Fiction bleeding into reality. Whether accurate or not, the comparison amplified everything. Narrative reinforced narrative. Adding complexity, reports have long suggested Zendaya and Sydney were never particularly close off-screen. Professional, yes. Friendly, possibly. Tight-knit, no. Add in differences in public image, political stances, and brand controversies, and subtle tension may have already existed beneath the surface. When two major stars share a set but move in entirely different cultural circles, distance can quietly morph into friction. So when the Tom rumors surfaced, some insiders claim it wasn't just about conversations. It was about trust that was already thin, about dynamics that were already delicate, about boundaries that may have needed reinforcing long before this moment. In that context, the alleged confrontation wasn't random. It may have been the tipping point. And then came the looming pressure, the global press tour. Red carpets, joint interviews, endless camera flashes, live-streamed premieres, seating charts dissected by fans, every glance analyzed, every pause replayed in slow motion. Press tour are already pressure cookers. Add rumored tension, and suddenly every seating arrangement becomes a headline. Who stands next to whom? Who avoids eye contact? Who answers first? Fans notice everything. Even the smallest awkward smile can go viral in minutes. A split-second expression becomes a narrative. And in Hollywood, sometimes the promotion becomes more dramatic than the project itself. The internet predictably split in half. One side fiercely defended Zendaya. They argued she had every right to draw boundaries. Protecting your relationship isn't insecurity, it's maturity, especially when your partner is one of the most recognizable leading men in the world. The other side called it exaggerated. Friendly conversations don't equal betrayal. Old social media likes don't prove intention. The internet thrives on turning fragments into full-blown storylines. But here's the truth about celebrity culture. Once fans emotionally invest in a couple, they protect that couple like family. And Tom and Zendaya are not just any couple. They are one of Hollywood's most beloved pairings. So when Sydney's name entered that orbit, emotion moved faster than facts. And emotion spreads faster than evidence online. Yet despite the noise, one crucial detail remains. There has been no confirmed fallout. No breakup headlines. No cryptic social posts. No visible distancing. If anything, the opposite appears true. Tom continues speaking about Zendaya with admiration. Zendaya continues appearing publicly with her engagement ring. Their public alignment remains steady, supportive, calm. Rumors may shake perception. They have not visibly shaken the relationship. Insiders even suggest the situation reinforced communication between them. And perhaps that's the real takeaway. Allegations trend. Screenshots circulate. Speculation dominates timelines. But at the center of it all, the only dynamic that truly matters is the one between Tom and Zendaya. And that foundation, at least publicly, remains intact. So what actually happened? No confirmed affair. No verified secret romance. Just reported discomfort. Alleged boundaries. Old social media. Receipts. And a set dynamic that may have subtly shifted behind closed doors. Zendaya, according to reports, chose clarity over chaos. Tom responded with reassurance over resistance. Sydney has remained silent. And that silence is what keeps the story breathing. Because in Hollywood, perception often grows louder than proof. A look becomes a headline. A like becomes a narrative. A conversation becomes a controversy. But until something concrete says otherwise, one fact outweighs the whispers. Tom Holland and Zendaya still appear united. Still engaged. Still publicly supportive. The real question is whether there was a secret romance. It's how quickly the internet can turn a whisper into wildfire.